Look like Team USA is forcing Caitlin Clark to change her infamous 22 number to a new one.
Recently had one of the most horrifying public outbursts of her professional life. And it all starts with Caitlin Clark. Sue Bird is currently going through one of the most shocking public meltdowns of her career. Clark reportedly told Team USA in private that if she wasn't allowed to wear her famous number 2, she would leave the program. Bird's remark has shocked the basketball community. Additionally, the problem is becoming worse every day despite her best efforts to keep things under control.
We ultimately know she was snubbed from the cover of Team USA, and not only is they snubbing her, the disrespect is continuing because it's looking like Team USA is forcing Caitlin Clark to change her number.
What started out as a straightforward choice of jersey number has grown into one of the most significant disputes in women's basketball in recent memory. Tell me in the comments if you would leave Team USA over a jersey number before we analyze Sue Bird's response and what Caitlin is supposed to have said behind closed doors. Because this circumstance alone has the potential to profoundly change the course of American basketball. According to insiders, Sue Bird, the managing director of Team USA, has been losing her cool as she tries to figure out how things went so wrong. To be clear, this is more than simply a figure. It appears to be a purposeful act of disrespect toward the one player who attracted millions of new viewers to basketball, according to fans, commentators, and the whole basketball community.
Honestly, I'm not a very creative person. I was born on January 22nd, so it's what I went with when I was about 5 years old.
The timing couldn't be worse. Her fan base is expanding more quickly than any athlete in women's sports, and her global influence has never been greater. Her supporters are urging her to stand her position and not compromise on something so essential to her identity because of this. Without a doubt, the most identifiable number in women's sports today is Caitlin Clark's number 22. No discussion, no argument. Fans instantly know who they are watching when the number appears, whether they are in the highest nosebleed seats or millions of television screens. It represents her extraordinary long-range shooting, her once-in-a-generation court vision, and her unwavering competitive fire. 22 is more than simply a number to millions of fans.
Number 22 is the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. There's no argument to be made. There's no case to be made. Caitlin Clark, number 22, is the most recognizable number for anyone.
It is a heritage, a story, and a symbol that is being revealed in real time. However, Clark was told she would be given the number 17 during Team USA's training camp. It's not only an odd choice. It seems like a direct attack on the persona she developed during her time in college and in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark has become inextricably linked to 22, just as Michael Jordan will always be identified by 23 and Wayne Gretzky will always be associated with 99. It's more than just a jersey number. It symbolizes her ascent, her power, and the relationship she has built with millions of fans. Making her alter it at this point in her career seems like a calculated attempt to erode that tie. People are asking the same question, of course. Why? What use might this perplexing, bordering on provocative, choice have? Unless, of course, the goal is precisely what it seems to be, an effort to regain control over a celebrity who has become bigger than the company.
17 at Team USA training camp on December 24th. News broke that Caitlin Clark will be taking a part in the training, which that's what we talked about at the beginning of the video. Now, this right here this came out this came out on the 24th. So these are the numbers, man. Head on over to Twitter and check this out real quick. So this is what was released right here. It says Lauren Betts. Hold on, here's the ages. Where's the number? Here we go, right here. So these are the numbers. Caitlin Clark. Let me blow this all the way up, man. I want to blow this all the way up so y'all can see this. So as y'all can see here, man, how did Caitlin Clark number will be changed? So who's wearing 22? Or if you guys remember Michael Jordan, who number 45 in the Olympics, to Caitlin, because it don't look like no one's wearing number 22. It don't look like no one's.
Fans are furious in this made-up plot because the fictional USA Basketball Committee has previously seemed to undervalue Caitlin's influence. Everyone recalls how, despite being the biggest name in the sport and a global ratings hit, She was inexplicably left off the imaginary Olympic roster earlier in the year. Questions were raised by that decision alone. However, in addition to this forced number shift, it appears that a more general pattern of diminishing, marginalizing, or completely disregarding her increasing importance is emerging. Numerous imaginary insiders speculate that the committee might be concerned about Caitlin's growing influence and the significant changes she has made to the women's sports scene. What number are they attempting to give her, then? Fictitious sources claim that Caitlin Clark will wear number 17 during the next training session. A number that has no emotional significance, no history, and no relationship to her brand. The fact that it is not number 22 is its only obvious purpose. This isn't described as a logistical problem. It's a message. Whether on purpose or not, it clearly conveys one message. You don't receive preferential treatment simply because you're well-liked. We established the guidelines. And Caitlin's made-up reply said it all. Then I'm not required to be here. The fact that not a single person on the training camp roster is wearing 22 makes the scenario in this made-up world even more horrifying. No veteran has claimed it. It's not set aside. It's not assigned. It's just sitting there, unused and wasted. This turns the problem from a straightforward reassignment of numbers into something far more intimate. A deliberate action that ignores the most significant figure in her generation. When the number is actually free, why make a change? There isn't a rational explanation. Caitlin draws a line in the sand for precisely this reason. In the meantime, the executive director of this made-up Team USA, Sue Bird, is frantically trying to manage the ramifications. This roster was chosen by her. She is in charge of directing the program's future. However, she is compelled to manage a PR issue that the company caused itself, rather than concentrating on strategy, skill, and domination. According to sources in this made-up world, Sue's response has changed from annoyance to fear as she looks for a way to stop the committee from looking worse than it already is. However, this is the story's reality. All the power is in Caitlin's hands. The national team is not necessary for her. She is essential to them. She is already the new wave's defining star, a worldwide attraction, and a record breaker. She has demonstrated her value on all fronts. What does she benefit from taking part if the imaginary committee is going to damage her reputation and identity? She doesn't require a made-up Olympic moment to prove her excellence. However, if she quits, Team USA loses everything. Ratings, attendance, momentum, cultural significance, and the celebrity who introduced the sport to millions of new fans. Fictional Sue is frantically working behind the scenes because she recognizes this. A deeper reality is revealed by the whole circumstance. The fictitious committee is significantly less powerful than they had anticipated. Beyond Caitlin's tale, this controversy draws attention to a more general problem in women's athletics in this made-up world: the continuous fight for respect. Despite driving enormous growth, players have long complained about being underappreciated, underpaid, and ignored. It only serves to perpetuate a systematic pattern of disrespect to treat the most famous fictional sports player as interchangeable. Fans of the story are particularly affected by this number issue because of this. It's not tiny. It represents something far bigger. When a prominent player like Caitlin eventually declares, "Enough is enough," every athlete who watches receives a strong message from it. Even when disrespect comes from the top, you don't have to put up with it. Indeed, other celebrities in this made-up universe, such as Cameron Brink and A. Wilson, also wear 22. It has never been a problem in the past. Players talk about it and treat it with decency. Both have been seen wearing their numbers without any conflict at All-Star games. However, this imaginary committee created an unnecessary issue rather than allowing things to work themselves out. They are now bearing the consequences. Caitlin won't make needless sacrifices for a company that doesn't appreciate her. The fact could not be disregarded after the official fictional roster was released. Number 17 is Caitlin Clark. A message, a force shift, or a dispute they created. Sue Bird, a fictional character, is now left to try to make amends while pursuing a celebrity who might decide to walk away. Thus, the true choice in this made-up world is whether Caitlyn should give in or stick to her principles.